Hello everyone, this is Hadrian. Thank you for watching. Let's play some more Total War Attila in our Eternal Empire series, where things are going pretty well. Despite the fact that Attila has so many stacks up here. He's not doing anything, which is good, because it allows me to continue to build up forces. I'm not really building forces in this area yet, but it allows me to finish off the Sassanids, which was the whole plan in the first place, to try and finish off the Sassanids really quickly and to get all my armies to come up this direction to help fight him off. So, yeah, this is unexpected, but cool. All right, we're going to try and kill this dude because we're tired of these agents messing with us. All right, so that agent has failed. That's unfortunate. I do have another agent down here, though, that I might be able to do something with. Yeah, we're going to try and deceive this agent. Yay! He was successful and he leveled up. So this spy is able to investigate corruption now. So I'm actually going to take him. Let's have a look at our provinces here. We have Egyptus. Yeah, Egyptus is one of our most... All right, Thracia is our most profitable province. Azoristan is our second most profitable. So we need to send that spy actually not far. He's not going to go very far at all.
At your service.
I thought I leveled you up. I really thought I leveled you up. Oh. I guess we'll put both points into corruption. There we go. All right, yeah. So he's going to go up here to Ctesiphon. And it's going to be great. And he's going to reduce corruption, and we're going to get more income from that province as a result. This army, unfortunately, is now going to take Omana. And there's nothing they can do to stop me. Mine. Awesome. All right, so we're going to repair this. Public order in this province is good because we have armies elsewhere in the province. We're going to... Ooh, we could definitely have better integrity with this army, but their integrity is fine, so it should be okay. Just going to give him normal skills. Yeah, we have this army over here in Zafar that moved out of Adulis in Ethiopia. And as a result... Public order is totally okay in the Arabian Peninsula. So with the conquering of Omana, we now completely control all of this territory, and we're pushing hard against the Sassanid border. This is awesome. Alright, so they had an army up here near Raga. That army's gone. So I'm going to go ahead and build something in Raga now. Because I almost did before, but I was a little nervous too, all things considered. Alright, they need more food though. Why are you a horse breeder? They've got a couple of... Yeah. You need to be a frickin' cattle herd here. And just to make sure food is always good in this area, we're going to do one more farm there. We're going to keep producing food. Alright, so here's how this is going to go down. I'm going to go ahead and have this second army come here to Spahan. So we have a double force here. We're going to move this army from Mishan to Susa. And we're going to move... Oh yeah, that's right. We had this force up here. And they're still in rapid march mode. I'm going to go ahead and just move them down to Mishan. And in the next turn, they will be able to move. They have major artillery. And it's not even affecting our income that badly. Which is nice. It's a nice change of pace. I think I'm going to move this army back out of Siraf. We're going to move them to Mishan just so I don't lose them. Because the Sassanids do appear to be thinking about moving on Siraf. So we're going to have these guys together. So now we have a very concentrated force. 2 armies, 1 army, and 2 armies in this area. And we'll be able to move pretty rapidly to take control of a lot of these areas. Actually, speaking of that, it actually looks like we're already in a position to perhaps do that. So let's peek around here. Yeah, Isitis is pretty well defended. So we'll wait a turn. We'll wait a turn on that. Alright, so this agent's just going to hang out.
How may I serve you?
This one's going to move in the next turn. Alright, we have a couple of armies over near Carthage, as we've established.
I am a shadow.
Alright, you're reducing corruption already. I wish I knew what the heck Attila was up to. He's definitely taking money from me, but he's just not posing that much of a threat, and it's awesome. I can't complain too much, but we're going to go ahead and convert Zafar to be a Roman herbs, so that this area starts doing a little bit better. Also, that probably needs to be converted to something else. The gardens. Yeah, before we convert the city center, we're going to convert this to Yeah, let's do a theater in Zafar. An amphitheater. Old style Roman amphitheater, like the one that was recently liberated in Palmyra, Syria. Let's see. Arbella can go. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade Arbella to a Colonia. We should see an income spike in the next couple of turns because we've been building some income-related buildings in other provinces that should be almost done, I think. Hopefully. Maybe. Or maybe they're already done. Yeah, I guess maybe they're already done because I don't see anything building, really. I mean, this is building in Omana, but Omana we just captured. Yeah, so I'm guessing those buildings are already in place, which is good. It's helping maintain our income. Now let's see if we can promote anyone into these military count slots. Looks like Anicius Vatia can be a military count. You really need to have a son. You need to have a legitimate son. You have this illegitimate son, but I am not passing the Roman Empire to a bastard child. It's not happening. Let's end the turn. And I think you might actually see our income climb this next turn. That's my hope. Okay. Yeah, the Sassanids are definitely sending some stacks around to try and mess with... They're noticing that I'm gathering forces, which is hilarious. So they actually have one stack here. I hope you don't keep him there, because he's alone near two major armies. We will annihilate you if you leave that stack there alone. And you know this. I might even try and go around so I'm behind him and he can't retreat that direction. Might work. It's tough to kind of corral armies when you only have two. It's easier when you have three armies, and then you can really box them in, and it's great. Yeah, these slow agent actions. I'm sorry this is taking so long. We're just sitting on the Sassanids because they're waiting for their agents to do things. Okay, Attila, I'm almost going to beg you to do something at this point because you're just kind of... This is almost worse than being attacked by the Huns. They're just kind of leaving me in limbo. Ugh. All right. Okay, so it looks like the Mazen are attacking Siraf. We're just going to auto-resolve this. They're probably going to take control of the city, but they're going to do it with one of their largest armies. And as a result, I should be able to move in. Take it. Did you take it? I don't think they took it. Okay. That's not going to be a smart move on your part. Yeah, our income climbed by 3,000. Excellent. Ah, so much happening. Holy crap. Office is secured. Loyalty +1. Office appointed. Awesome. Alright. Alright, you did not take Siraf. You just sacked it. That was a dumb decision. Because I have armies in this area that can now annihilate you. And I'm not going to hesitate to do so. Again, we're going to fight. We're just going to auto-resolve that battle because that was overwhelmingly in our favor. And now we're going to fight it again. Bye-bye. Alright. Ah, they're not quite good enough. Alright, there we go. They're back at Siraf. Now, Stalker is completely undefended, and I have an army nearby that has full artillery. So guess what? Mine! This is, of course, one of their largest remaining cities. Alright, so we're going to repair that. It's going to cost a lot of money. It's going to cost all of our money, as a matter of fact, pretty much. And they still left this guy near here. I find that so interesting that they have this army. That's just such a questionable decision on the AI's part. How are things looking here? Public order is in really good shape. This spy, you need to head back up here. Alright. So public order is actually really, really good in this area. I'm tempted to sail these guys across and attack Harmotia, but there are a number of men there. So I want to be careful with that. That's very, very tempting. All right. This general has leveled up, so let's give him some additional points here. Yeah, that's good.
I am Rome's champion.
We're going to try and take this guy out again.
I will end them. For the glory of Rome.
Okay, now he has officially leveled up. Alright, we're going to give him call to arms ability, and then he is going to travel to Alexandria, because he's ready to take on that role as soon as possible. Now we have a Sassanid army to eliminate, and I can do it very creatively. So here's how this is going to happen. I'm going to put him there. We're going to put him there. And somehow he still got away. Oh, that's some crap. Alright, so now we're going to put you there. We're still going to reinforce, because I want to just crush this guy. Actually, you know what? Let's leave one force in Spahan, just so public order still stays good. And we'll crush this guy with 2 armies. I don't know, should we fight it? This might be one of our last major battles against the Sassanids. Yeah, let's fight it. I don't think I've done a major battle on the battlefield since I brought the series back, so this is appropriate. This is necessary. The Battle of Bahan, 434 AD. Alright, looks like they kind of have a hilltop, which is unfortunate. But I outnumber them, which is unfortunate for them. The mind commands the body and is instantly obeyed. The mind commands itself and meets resistance. Augustine of Hippo. Very true. Okay. So we actually have a bit of a hill. Oh wait, maybe we have the hill and they don't. No, they definitely have the hill. They're over here. Okay, so this, we're on the tail end of the battlefield, which means, let's see, we need to be over here in order to meet up with our reinforcements quickly. So that's what we'll do. I'm not going to line my men up in any particular formation because I'm going to need to wait for my men to arrive in order to really do that. But I will have my artillery facing the general direction of the Sassanids. Actually, I kind of want to just have my men down here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'll put my artillery here. Put all these guys here. Start the battle. Our reinforcements are going to come in from there. Awesome. Alright, we're going to use flaming ammunition with our catapults. And we're going to wait for our men to come onto the field. And then we'll do a full formation. And then hopefully the Sassanids are going to want to come see us. If not, we're going to have to march up this hill. This is our attack, so they shouldn't do anything to attack me. They're going to make me come to them. Alright, there's their artillery, which could inflict a little bit of pain. Alright, I think that's the entirety of the army. Alright, so
the enemy are losing ground.
Alright, so we're going to get in formation here. It's going to take a little bit of time.
Quick march!
Happy to serve Rome.
Advance at speed.
Right. And we have a bunch of cavalry. So what I'm going to do is make these guys
Grouped and ready.
one selection group and have them over here. And then these guys will be selection group number 2. And they're going to be over here. It does appear that the Sassanids are holding still, which is expected. So now let's speed things up. So we're going to have to go to them, including with our artillery, which is not the most convenient thing in the world. But we have a massive army. What are you doing? Are you moving? Yeah, they're getting their artillery in position. This is not convenient. Yeah, they're waiting for me to come to them. So they have the hill. This is not the best positioning, even for a battle in which we have the advantage. Alright, so we're ready to move. Tell you what, let's go ahead and get our artillery in a slightly better position. We don't have that many artillery compared to them. So here's what we're going to do, actually. We're going to get in loose formation.
Loose formation.
And I'm going to reposition everybody with that in mind so that the units still look coherent. The archers will be in loose formation as well. Yeah, look at that.
Quick march.
Alright, we're going to get the onagers back. The cavalry, I don't really want to have in loose formation. I want to have them in tight formation and just have them running around. And hopefully we can flank them from both sides. Alright. There we go. There we go. That's everyone. Okay. I probably could have just done shift-click and gone across there. That would have made more sense. But let's do a formation group with these guys, and now they're in position to march. This is going to suck. I'm just going to order them to march. Alright. Let's see how this looks up close, shall we? This is a pretty large, advanced Roman army. It's always just so satisfying to me to see these huge armies. Even when I played Rome Total War, you know, there was just something so fun about just watching the armies move together as they prepared for battle. It's one of my favorite things about any Total War game, really. Alright, so I don't even think we can see all their troops. Okay, yeah, some of their troops are popping into view now that we're getting a little closer. Some of them are actually fading out because the terrain is uneven. Let's go ahead and speed things up a bit. It's going to take a while for our troops to arrive. The horses are actually moving faster than the other troops, which is actually not good, all things considered. I'm going to have them hold. You guys just hang out. So now they're still marching, but I've got things sped up to where they're all moving a little bit faster, even though they're actually moving the same speed. How's that for a paradox? And then if you want to see the enemy catapult range, we actually can't see the enemy catapults right now, so we can't see their range. That's unfortunate. Hopefully we'll be able to see them again soon. There's their general. I do know that my men were parked. I have this formation arriving within their catapult range. So definitely by the time we get close to this area here, the catapults will be able to fire on us. Can't speed the game up anymore, or I would right now. Alright. Giving the order to these cavalry to move again. They may look like they're galloping, but they're only moving in a... Okay, here we go. So, catapult range is right there. So we're about to cross into their range. let's slow things down. And we're going to see these catapults get ready to fire starting now. You'll see visually, and you'll see the icons change to indicate that they're firing. Oh, this is going to be the toughest part, is when we're kind of subject to their artillery barrage and we can't really return it. Yep, okay, they're starting to fire. Let's see how this goes. I've got my guys in loose formation, so that will reduce the damage. They still managed to hit a number of my guys. They're going to keep doing it. Alright, I've ordered my men to charge forward. Let's see if I can make them nervous with my cavalry. And draw a little bit of the fire away from the main force while the main force gets closer. Yep, definitely able to do that. Very good. Keep moving. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Let's get you in loose formation. Alright, so these guys are charging out. We're going to actually run back behind our troops.
They are trying to take out our general. Defend him.
Interesting. Alright, so they have now brought all of their units, all of their cavalry units out to fight these units, which is hilarious. Alright, this unit's losing decisively. Hurry up and kill him, please. Thank you. Alright, I'll take these guys out, please. I'm going to have my general ride over here, accompanied by one other unit to take out one of their onagers. And then we're going to have the entire army move up, minus the artillery, which are just going to set up shop right here so they can start doing damage.
Enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle.
Good. Alright, so we were able to knock most of the artillery out of the battle pretty quickly. Meanwhile, we're going to bring these cavalry back. Finish off these cavalry over here. No, you guys stay together. Just finish off their artillery, please. That's all I need you doing, is just knocking those guys out. That will, of course, severely affect their win chances. I'm going to have all of my foot soldiers get back into non-loose formation.
The enemy general is fallen.
Good. Alright, we're going to go ahead and charge forward here. Actually, I'm going to charge all my men forward toward this area because that's where the melee is happening. We'll keep a few of the forces here to finish off these guys. And then we'll line up all of our other forces here. Meanwhile, our artillery is tearing them up. Let's see if we can focus on these guys. So this is going very well. I did lose a lot of spearmen in this force, unfortunately, which is surprising, but... So these guys are losing pretty decisively. And my artillery is paying these guys a visit. I'm going to switch to flaming ammunition, which has a bonus versus cavalry damage. Or a damage bonus versus cavalry, rather. And then those guys should no longer be an issue. they're getting... Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to charge my cavalry, and I'm going to let my archers and artillery wreak havoc on them. Alright, they're running.
Praise the gods! Your victory is moments away!
Alright, so there's some foot soldiers over here that I'm going to chase down. Just to make sure as few forces as possible get away. Alright, so some of their horses managed to get away, but we're annihilating their remaining foot soldiers. We just mopped the floor with them, and it was great. That was satisfying. Alright. Oh, hello. You guys are foot soldiers. I doubt we'll be able to get the cavalry over to you by the time you have left the field, but I'm going to try. Actually... Nah, they're going to get away. Just barely. Skinny your teeth, lucky bastards. There's one other guy over here. He's not going to... we might get to him. Yeah, we will actually get to him because those guys are close enough. That arm... How are you so much faster? Is it our general? Is that why? Oh, wow. He might get away. He's going to get away. Ah, damn. All right. We tried. All right, so they lost 815 men. I thought they had more men than that. Didn't they have some reinforcements? Oh, no. It was just one army. That's right. So we lost more men than I would have preferred there, but I don't think we lost any full units, so that we'll be able to recover fully. About a 20-minute battle. Alright, he did escape. That one little stack. Much to my annoyance. Alright, so this army here in Spahan, I'm going to move to Susa. This army, I'm going to move back to Spahan. And then this army, need to give this general some additional skills there. Yeah, this guy doesn't have much in the way of the ability to get better. Recruit better units, that is. Alright, so he's just going to hang out there.
We hunger for battle.
Now, unfortunately, this force that's just taken Stalker, because they have just taken Stalker, we can't move in and take control. And finish off that army, rather. As much as I would like to, because that would be fun.
Commander.
Alright, so that was probably one of the Sassanids' last stacks. Bit of a death blow. Meanwhile, the Huns are not really doing much. They are kind of on my borders if they're thinking about leaving, which I would welcome them to do. I don't see any other stacks elsewhere. That's always a possibility that another stack could sneak in from another direction, but it's not happening as of yet. Let me take a look around and see if there's anywhere else suffering from food issues. Yeah, they definitely are over here in Persis. So we're going to need to rebuild this territory here. What's the name of this territory? Bedasir. We're going to need to rebuild that and have some food production happening in Bedasir. It's not going to be that fertile because it's a desert region, but man, what happened with food here? Got negative 45 despite the fact that we upgraded both of these cattle farms. Alright, I guess I'll go ahead and build adobe kilns here because we've got room for it, and that's going to be a huge wealth bonus. That's most of our income now. So on that note, before I end the turn, I will go ahead and cut this episode here. In the next one, we will... I don't know what the Huns are doing, but they are definitely not giving me as hard a time as they could, and it's really giving me the opportunity to finish off the Sassanids, and it's probably going to happen in the next episode, I would imagine. We're going to be able to make a move on Issitus with a very prepared army. The only issue is this army is sick right now, so we really need to deal with that issue sooner than later. Yeah, it's a little bit annoying because this army can't recover as long as it's sick. But this army is still, I think, strong enough to attack Issitus if the Sassanids continue to be idiots with their reinforcing troops and just where they're positioning their armies, because that was just stupid. Then we have a lot of cities in the area that we can colonize and continue to rebuild up here. There's that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. There's just a lot of rebuilding to do, which will really help drive up our income in the coming turns. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I upload new episodes in Eternal Empire every day at noon Eastern Daylight Time, which is GMT -4 for those of you not in the States, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in a bit.